So this video is about creativity, your gifts, your talents, your ideas, and things like that. So it doesn't matter how talented you are, how gifted you are, how creative you are, whether you spent time in school, in college, university, learning certain skills, or if you've been drawing and painting and practicing certain art your whole life. You could have the skill and the innate talent that, it's been within you this whole time. You was Picasso and Jean-Michel Basquiat at 2 years old. You could be the most creative in the whole entire world and have the biggest, most thorough ideas that, could transform that field altogether. You might be an artist and your ideas is like something nobody ever seen or heard before. And you might put those into practice and really change the whole perspective on how that area of art is seen, or whatever the case may be, right? And it's good. It's good to be gifted and talented and go to school for these things and stuff like that. But if your intention is fucked up, if your only intention for doing art and doing creativity is so that you can get recognition, so that you can get a certain amount of money, so that people can know you as this artist, so that's what your reputation could represent, you being this gifted and talented artist. If that's your only intention, if your only intention is something outside of you, some type of desire you want to fulfill, very similar to how people cling on to religion, and it's to fulfill a desire within them. It's to fulfill the desire of them being able to go to a place where there's no more pain and trials and tribulations, and everything is so perfect and it's gold floors, and God welcomes you with open arms, and your whole life, everything you got going on, your intentions is just based off of that desire. You want that desire fulfilled. You just want the desire fulfilled of someone telling you that you did a good job, or you just want that desire fulfilled of having a certain amount of monetary, if that's the only reason that you're doing what you're doing, regardless of how gifted and talented and amazing you are at those things, it can only lead down a rabbit hole of bullshit and being unsatisfied. You spent your whole life trying to fulfill a desire without truly enjoying your gifts and your talents, without truly enjoying life. You're just kind of waiting for that outcome. You're just waiting for that destination. You're just waiting. You spend your whole life waiting for God to come and save you and do something for you you feel like you can't do for yourself. You spend your whole life trying to get into this college or get into this university or sell this amount of paintings or get into this art gallery or be recognized as a professional artist or fit into these certain boxes. And you spend your whole entire life just doing that so much where you just literally become a robot. And as I stated, it does not matter how talented and gifted you are, or how well your ideas are put together, or how much you practice. And it's this thing I seen on the internet, right? It was like, if you practice something for over 10,000 hours, then you are now a professional at that particular skill. And you can be as skillful as a person could ever be skilled at a certain practice, right? But if you only doing that so you can feel good enough, if you only practicing art, if you only studying this thing, if you only, that goes for anything, if you only working out so that somebody could say you look good, If you only, it just goes into every single area of life where it's just like at the end of the day, you're not living for yourself and you're really not able to enjoy life. You're not enjoying your art. Your art don't make you feel good. You just fucked up in the head about it. You just fucked up and you just like, if I do art, then this outcome I will get. And it's just kind of doing yourself a disservice. It's doing, like, when you came to earth and you chose those specific alignments to come here with, when you chose those parents, when you chose that environment and that neighborhood to grow up in and to be developed in and all that stuff, it's like everything around you doing a disservice to, because you haven't been doing it for yourself. You do it for you. Everything you're doing should be for you. It's all about you. This life is about you, not how good you can fit into this template in this paradigm of what somebody has designed for your life. But because there has been so many representations of that throughout our life, it can be hard for us to get out of that mentality if you're not a strong spirit. Like school, college, parents, family, they all tell you, go to school, get these credentials, then you can go to college. This is how you can get a career. You can get a career by doing these things. You can be successful and you can be the kind of individual that is a good citizen and a good child and a good family member and a good all of this if you do these things, if you do these set of things, and it's just like, damn, like, so you're giving all your power away, you're giving all your gifts and talents away, you're giving everything away that makes you an individual and that makes you unique, and so now you just the same as everybody else, and it's just like, damn, what the fuck was your life for? What the fuck was your life for if you was spending every second and every moment, every gift and talent, everything you worked hard on just to be able to get a credential, a piece of paper, a degree, a recognition from somebody? You did all of that just to get a 401k plan. You did all of that just to feel like you an adult and have enough insurance and these things. It's just like, damn, like, it's really fucked up because people be so fucking talented and they'll give all of their power away. They'll give every last piece of that power away and all that talent, all that gift, all that talent, everything inside of them. They give it all away and say, I couldn't be none of this, or I couldn't do any of this, or all of it is going towards this entity, or all of it is going towards this particular thing outside of me that I feel like is more important and worthy than. And it's crazy because you will really spend the time practicing and learning and putting all your attention towards this. Like you could be a singer and you could practice every day, you could practice all of these songs, but you making songs and you're not even making songs, you thinking all these other songs that you singing is more powerful than the songs that you could sing for yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not making music that's about you and what you got going on in your mind and your ideas, and you think that singing fucking Sister Act 2 songs, whatever songs they were singing in Sister Act 2, or whatever songs they were singing in church when you was growing up, glory, glory, hallelujah, and all these different things. It's like, somebody will say you are talented and somebody will be like, where does this talent and this gift come from? Like you are so talented, and you'll just say, I grew up in church, so that's why it's like that. Everything I got going on is for God. It's just for this thing outside of me. And I'm not saying that God is not real or some shit. Like, I'm saying that the way that people put God into this box, and y'all put God into this box and say that only certain people can even experience God or go to this place, like, it's doing God a disservice. You know what I'm saying? Because God is all possibilities, And when God is all possibilities, it's not no shape and not no form. It's not no person. It's not no particular skin color, hair type, no particular height. You know, that don't got nothing to do with God. And it's crazy because people be thinking they talking about God. People think that they be talking about all these things. People, even themselves, will think that they God. You know what I'm saying? They think that they it's just, it's fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes people can be too far on the polar shift where it's like, they either think they literally God themselves, or they sacrificing everything and giving all their power away to something outside of themselves that they can't even know if it's true or not until they die. Y'all, it's like y'all believe in these things that's outside of you, and you don't even know if it's the real thing and if it's the truth until you die. And you can't even come back and be like, I was right or I was wrong. Like, you gotta wait until you die to know. You know what I'm saying? And people would think that that's the most, like, people would think that it's nothing, it's just fucked up. You know what I'm saying? It's fucked up, and I don't really got the words for it, and I'm just very grateful. And this is what this all brings me to: gratitude, infinite gratitude. I am so grateful that I am aware of myself, and I'm aware of my surroundings, and I'm aware of my capabilities, you know, and I'm aware of, you know, what I've contributed to myself, and I give myself acknowledgement and recognition, and I'm walking down the red carpet and I'm giving myself a Nobel Peace Prize and all this different shit, because I don't need, and I don't want, and I don't desire any type of validation from somebody else outside of me who has these expectations for how things should be done. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's that's not what life is about. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, it's crazy because the way you living and what you got going on, it's about your thoughts and it's about your feelings. Your thoughts and your feelings is precious. You got 7 senses, not just 5. You got your eyes, you know, your sight, your smell. You got touch. You got taste. What's the other one? Sight, smell, touch, taste. What's the other one? I forgot what hearing. See, taste, touch, smell, and hear. But the other 2 senses are your thoughts and your feelings. These are the most precious things. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, you don't have to spend all your time and all your moments and everything on thinking about somebody. Like, you spending every second, every moment of your time, all of these precious seconds and moments and minutes on how you can be good enough for something else outside of you that you won't even know is really that until after you die. And then when you die, you go to that place, you go to whatever state of being that you in. When you die, that's where you're going. Like, it's not everything's just gonna automatically change and you're gonna be able to snap your fingers and it's gonna be this world that's so different than everything you ever seen, and it's just gonna be a completely a 180 of what you experience on earth. Unless you're able to create that 180 in your real life right now in this moment in time, it's no such thing as that. You know what I'm saying? And so you got to create your own paradise. You got to create your own heaven right here. Heaven is not a place that you go that somebody else created for you to be able to live and feel comfortable. You got to be able to create that heaven right now. You got to be able to create that heaven right now and be able to see everything that's around you as exactly how you want to see it. You create your way of seeing it. You create your time zone. You create your way of relating. You create these things for yourself. You know, don't get so lost and scared of words. Don't be scared of words like devil and manifestation and psychic. Like you don't want giving power to these words and giving fear to these words. You know what I'm saying? So stop giving your fucking power away. Especially if you so fucking gifted and talented and your art is like, it's incredible and it's like something nobody ever seen before, but you'll give all that fucking power away to some job and some business that somebody else created. That shit is wild to me.